This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Moin, Tag, hallo, Servus und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge von The Stanley Parable. Heute mit einem blauen Büro. Ich habe gar keine Ahnung, was das bedeutet, aber ich würde sagen, wir gehen jetzt mal erforschen. Alter, was ist hier
All
los?
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ja, nee, also das ist mir gerade hier total suspekt. Okay. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Konsole bark, das können wir mal ausprobieren. Kann ich die Konsole, wie schalte ich denn die Konsole ein? Egal. Okay. Was haben wir hier sonst noch
Stanley
so?
went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Ich finde das sehr interessant, dass das hier jetzt einfach plötzlich mal ein völlig anderes Büro ist. Das ist schon cool. Da sind wir die zwei... Wir haben diesmal keinen einzigen Computer, ne? Schade. Schade, schade. Okay, ja, da sind wir die zwei Türen.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Was ist eigentlich der tiefere Sinn dieses Raums hier? Riesengroß, zwei Türen, in der Ecke ein paar Stühle und das war's. Ja, ich wollte heute wieder rechts gehen.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Seht ihr, das ist das, was ich in einem anderen Let's Play mal meinte. Die haben hier genau abgepasst, dass der Erzähler...
Really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Die haben hier schon so ein bisschen aufgepasst, dass der Erzähler mit seiner Erzählung fertig ist, bevor der Spieler das Ende des Gangs erreicht. Da habe ich mich letztens im Let's Play erst drüber aufgeregt, dass man ganz oft wirklich einfach stehen bleiben muss, so wie ich das hier jetzt gerade auch tue, um die Leute erstmal ausreden zu lassen, weil wenn man weitergeht, dann wird irgendeine Cutscene getriggert oder plötzlich fängt ein neuer Dialog an und der alte wird einfach übersprungen. Und sowas nervt mich total, gerade wenn ich versuche, mich auf das Spiel einzulassen und die Atmosphäre so ein bisschen in mich aufzusaugen und sowas reißt mich dann immer total raus. Und ich meine, es ist doch nicht so schwer, man hat seinen Audioclip, man weiß, wie lang der ist und dann kann man doch den Level so ein bisschen darauf abpassen, dass das dann passt. Ich meine, wenn man zum Beispiel sagt, gut, es ist mir klar, dass in gewissen Open-World-Geschichten oder sehr komplexen Levels das nicht möglich ist, aber wenn man jetzt zum Beispiel wirklich nur so einen langen Gang hat Ja, ein Gang. Und dabei wird so ein Videoclip abgespielt und man soll sich den halt anhören. Ja, dann kann ich die Länge des Ganges doch so variieren und so einstellen, dass das am Ende dann auch passt, ohne dass der Spieler stehen bleiben muss. Das sind so Sachen, das ärgert mich immer. Das ist... Na gut, wir gehen jetzt endlich mal weiter. Und wir ignorieren die Tür zu unserer Linken. Leck mich am Arsch.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Maul. Wo sind wir hier? Das ist der Cargo-Lift. Wir haben den Cargo-Lift gefunden. Hurra. So, und jetzt? So, sie wollten ja auch die Option einbauen, dass der Spieler in den Tod stürzen kann. Also ist das wahrscheinlich hier. Aber vor allem ist ja auch dieses Warnschild. Das ist eine Sache. Es ist schon sehr cool hier, muss ich ja mal sagen. Ich würde sagen, wir fahren einfach mal rüber.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Wer ist sie? Von wem reden wir hier?
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Wer denn? Meine Mama? Ein dunkler Raum.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Kann ich jetzt eigentlich auch?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Nein.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Das war so eine Spontaneingebung.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
Ich weiß
How else
nicht.
are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Ich will doch nicht. Ich hab doch...
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Wie geil. Alter, wie geil ist das denn gerade? So, jetzt dürfen wir üben. Was?
Excellent.
Also.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ich finde das gerade so genial. Was zur?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Was passiert hier gerade? Ich kriege gerade so ein bisschen Angst. Gut, dann, Ach, guck mal, jetzt sind hier überall Zäune. Ja, er will uns ja die Entscheidung abnehmen, ne?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Ich glaube, wir haben gerade so ziemlich das beste Ende entdeckt, was es gibt. Ich habe so ein bisschen Angst, was hier jetzt noch passieren könnte. Bisher ist ja alles gut. Vielleicht haben wir es ja gerade noch rechtzeitig geschafft, den narrativen Widerspruch aufzulösen. So, hier sind wir wieder in der Lounge. Wo gehen wir jetzt eigentlich hin?
You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Die Tür auf der linken Seite. Okay. Okay.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Klar.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Ich frage mich ja, wenn ich jetzt wirklich links gegangen wäre, hätten wir dann das ganz normale Ende wieder gekriegt? Oder? So. Okay. Dann können wir ja mal hier lang gehen. Oh.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Nein.
I have to.
Ausschluss vorbei? Wie genial ist das hier bitte gerade?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to
Ich
be
wollte
like
das doch
Stanley?
nicht.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't
Tut mir
even
leid.
occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Jetzt geben wir nochmal die Möglichkeit, hier zu wählen. Aber das ist jetzt der Zeitpunkt ganz oder gar nicht, ne?
Whee! No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Déjà
I'm sure
vu.
you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Einmal will ich noch gucken, wie wir nach rechts gehen.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Das ist übrigens das Spiel, was das mit uns macht, was uns immer wieder zurücksetzt. Ich lade hier keinen Spielstand oder sowas.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Ja, ist ja
When
gut.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, zufrieden. Irgendwas kommt doch hier noch. Bis jetzt sieht ja alles wieder in Ordnung aus.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Das war's doch jetzt nicht mit dem... Oder? Müssen wir jetzt tatsächlich noch ein anderes Ende erspielen? Was? Der Besenschrank ist zu. Ich komme da nicht rein. Ich komme nicht rein.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ja. Okay. Wir sind immer noch in so einer Routine, wo wir keine Entscheidungsmöglichkeiten mehr haben. Wir können nicht nach unten gehen. Das goldene Schild fehlt. Wieder nichts machen. Moin, Chef. Das ist auch anders als sonst.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Finde den Fehler. Geil, das Ende geht also noch weiter.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Ja, ich versuche. Ich meine, sprechen ist nicht unbedingt meine Stärke.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Maul. Ja, toll.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Ich bin durch die rechte Tür
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja, wie cool ist das denn? Jetzt sind wir tatsächlich Zuschauer.
Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Ist das cool.
This is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Da hier die Credits laufen
Do something. Anything.
und ich die Folgen das sowieso als Standalone aufziehe,
I need this.
muss mal gucken. Vielleicht mache ich hieraus die letzte Folge.
Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Das ist ja sehr geil gemacht hier. Richtig ein geiles Spiel.
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Ja, sehr cool.